Peace, y'all. Peace, Cosmic Timeline. Peace, Natural Market. Give it a second. See if we get a couple more. I have to take that. A couple more people. That crazy piece. Hope all is well with y'all as you're starting out your day. Oh, you on the school drop off? Right on. I just left the gym. Try to get my little cardiovascular in, get some blood moving. Turn this around. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. I get started um, running my mouth because I'll end up being to my destination. So, rapid movement. Things are already moving fast and they're going to move faster. It's funny, this morning I was watching, as I was getting ready, I was watching the documentary from 1972 called Future Shock, and hosted by Orson Welles. And they were just on there talking about how the shock is from change happening at a rapid pace. Now, this is 1972. And back then, they were talking about what if we had the ability to completely recreate a human. And they were talking about prosthesis. They were talking about uh, changes in socialization. They were talking about the continued advancements in technology. They were even showing like that people may need electro stimulation in the morning to get themselves going, and they showed the guy plugging something in the back of in his side and getting some type of stimulation, and plugging something in the back of his wife's neck and getting her stimulated because she needs a dopamine rush, and everything is it's mechanical. Everything is uh, stimulated by some external force. And it's funny because you look around now how common it is for, a person had a little thing and they can put the little device and check their blood sugar, and uh, what they got this thing called Lifestyle Libre. There's an influencer who has one of these channels where he goes around eating food, you know, and so he gets on and talks about all these health problems he's got: diabetes, high blood pressure, uh, ED. And he talks about, I gotta do better, family, but I'm still gonna enjoy myself, and he's promoting how the Lifestyle Libre is so helpful, and I'm like, yo, everything in that documentary pretty much is already here. So then if it's already here, then what's next? And I think we're at that what's next point, that nexus, where things are going to rapidly change even more, obviously. And when you look at the fact that those of you who get my newsletter, I sent out the last one I sent out. I talked about how Uranus is going through the last degrees of Taurus this year, and Uranus will make its initial ingress into Gemini. And so this is the epitome of technology. Okay, Uranus in Gemini, and Uranus is a disruptor. Okay, on one side, it's eruptive, disruptive, volcanic. It's also awakening. It's pioneering. That's the more euphemistic side of Uranus. But it's going into Gemini, and a Gemini sun has just been placed back into the position of POTUS. Now I got a presentation coming where I want to talk about some of the things that were said in the speech to break it down. But and what I'm going to show is that everything has been leading up to this point. We have been at each other's throat. Well, some of us have been at each other's throats, choosing sides in this theater, as if to suggest that any of these people actually have the common good of the masses at heart and at hand. And what's so coyly done, or the slickness of this, is that what you do is you subconsciously drive a wedge between people. And when you are moving into a state where things are going to change faster than we have ever seen, then what you need is a constant. And some of the constants of being a human is that you have human relationship, you have culture, you have community. But when you lay the foundation of removing the pillars of relationship and community and socialization, then as rapid movement and change comes about, you have very little recourse because everybody ends up kind of on the island by yourself. I don't want to see no videos by nobody walking around talking about how beautiful it is. I love being alone, and I wish. Look, it's cool if if that's your reality, but I want to show how we've been duped. We've been duped into whatever your current reality is. We make it into like it's a badge of honor. So no, having a significant other does not uh make anyone else better than the next person. But it ain't no badge of honor to go around and be like, I'm lonely and I love it. Because that's not natural for humans to have nobody who care for them. And see, what I'm saying is this has been a collective effort that has all I feel has been leading up to this nexus point, to where you have, you know, people out here on a limb, you know, and because what is one of the most important things right now, look, like being alone is a superpower. Do you understand what I just said? Uh, wow. I try to say things so I can clarify and explain where I'm coming. I'm just not gonna look at the comments because that might have been your point to distract me in the first place. Um, the point of what I'm saying is that having some type of collective ability to move is is a means of power. What am I damn thing? And mind you, you're talking to a person whose sun is in Aquarius. Damn it, this thing ain't working. Um, hold on, trying to get me some gas. And so, the reason I'm even saying what I'm saying is because part of my own journey has been to learn the value of community and how to get along with people. Because I've lived so many lives here where I've been a loner. And for me, when people display anything that seems untrustworthy, I was talking to our group yesterday. My first recourse is to always separate from people. Don't give them no reason. Just be done with them. And so what I'm telling you is from a place of wisdom. You know, it's not a badge of honor to be alone. Now that does not mean that some people need to learn to be alone so that they can learn to actually love themselves and know who they are. All right. But what I'm talking about, the absolute value of things is that the institution of loneliness is not something to celebrate. Okay. And so this whole system has been set up to detach people from any form of how to behave, because that's what culture is. It's behavior. So people don't know how to behave because everybody thinks that they are the shit. And everybody thinks, and when I say everybody, I'm being general. I'm not saying all of you. And this is general terminology. Many people in general, feel like they need to be worshipped. Now, mind you, I have a placement in my chart where if I don't keep an eye on myself, I could definitely fall prey to want somebody to worship me. I have a megalomaniac energy placement in a certain house that could cause that type of expression. So when I'm saying the stuff I'm saying, you know, it's not coming from a place of just uh, blowing smoke. I'm trying to convey a modicum of a little bit of a nugget of wisdom, because many of us have not lived through certain conditions, and this is why I say we need to be careful of how we even what's my word I'm looking for, how we even assess the generations before us. Yes, we have the value of having a lot more knowledge and stuff at our disposal, you know, but you also had the luxury of sitting on the internet and watching 10,000 hours of videos. You have the luxury of walking around with a computer in your pocket, you know, and you're not living in survival conditions like the people before us lived through. So we always have to kind of be measured in how we approach everything. We're in a society that teaches us to be extreme, and you have to learn how to find some semblance of a mid road, because we're gonna get a good heaping dose of extremity, because that's another uh, trait of Uranus. It's just extremes. You know, Jupiter is excessiveness, but Uranus can also be extreme, just like because it's just a sudden shift. It was going left, then it suddenly goes all the way to the right. It was going right, suddenly goes the opposite direction in an extreme fashion. And so sometimes you got to be sober minded about how you approach your future and stop trying to grandstand on the internet. Like, what the fuck are you trying to convince? What are you trying to convince people anyway on the internet of anyway? Just think about that. People make so many boastful statements about who they are and what they are and this and that. And it's like you gotta understand that's how a child expresses. The child cries out because the child wants to be heard, wants attention, wants affection, wants to be fed, got a dirty diaper. And we don't even realize how sometimes we're acting like children. Well, let me make sure I let him know that I'm above that. Who gives a fuck? To be honest, who gives a fuck? Cause whatever you claim you are, we gonna see. We gonna see. What the fuck you telling me for? I don't give a fuck. I've been trying to be cordial on this mother. I'm gonna start showing you motherfuckers the other side of me. Some of you motherfuckers that be on the internet, you've never been through, you've never been pressed in real life. Because people who know about being pressed, you're careful about how you just say shit. We got a culture of children. I'm gonna say anything. You don't think because you think everything is fugazi. You think everything's sweet. Everything ain't sweet. And that's gonna be realized. Yeah, it's gonna be realized. Everything ain't sweet. You can call yourself a god. You can call yourself a goddess. You can say I'm dark side. I mean, you can say all that motherfucking shit. Don't know that shit don't mean shit. I ain't seen none of you motherfuckers stop no shit from rolling. This shit's still rolling. So making all these uh uh manifestos and declarations, that shit don't fucking matter. So right now, it is good um to surround yourself with energy that is similar to yours. We don't want everybody in our group. You understand me? We don't want no ignorant motherfuckers in our group because we ain't got no ignorant motherfuckers in there. We don't want you. If you stupid, stay away. If you don't want to read, stay away. If you don't want to learn nothing, stay away. If you don't want to expand your mind, stay away. If you got some movement you coming to sell, stay away. So we have to protect not just my energy, but the people who are in there, because you don't know who's who out here now. Because this is the Aquarian age, and the quality of your association is gonna have a big deal to do with your ascension and acceleration. Don't be hanging around no nothing ass people. And you better have a spirit of discernment. You better be able to hear things when people ain't saying it. You better be able to see things when people ain't trying to show it. Your association. You must expand your vocabulary and expand your knowledge. Now, why? Not so you can go around here and be the smart person at the. Can you hear me? Yo yo. Okay. You don't need to expand your vocabulary so you can try to convince people that you're smart. You got to expand your vocabulary because you got to stay ahead of this thing. We're not even going to say its initials anymore. That is listening in and monitoring. If you're a creator, monitoring your titles, you know, what you say, and that system is set up. It is based on what we've taught it, and we become collectively a people with a limited vocabulary, um, and so that's to our benefit. So this thing looks for keywords based on a limited vocabulary. You know how a seer the Ducateers puts up these titles and they be in Latin? That's some slick shit, you know? So therefore, because this thing right now ain't going on policing for no Latin. Or you put up stuff and uh you you have to change this and that, which means it's gonna cost you views because the people, the titles are so important to get you views, but you may have to give that up just so you can get your message out and kind of skate a little bit, somewhat under the radar. Like you gotta think like an Aquarian in this age. You gotta figure out how are you going to share knowledge with your tribe, because it's gonna change. It's gonna change. You know, Book of Eli, here we are. So you need to get hard copy information because the internet is can be manipulated in a split second. And something's there, then it's gone. So if you do see something, you need to go and get to your nearest printer and print it out so you have hard copy of it. That's what time it is. Like this, like it's no time for grandstanding and silver backing. You know what I'm saying? And beating your chest. I'm this. Like again, who gives a fuck? Whatever you think you are, go fly off the building, Superman. Do it. You know, go make the ocean freeze. Go, all you superpower motherfuckers, go do something super. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of motherfuckers talking about who they are and what. Who gives a fuck? The shit is sickening. I ain't gonna bust a grape. Tough as hell on the internet. Motherfuckers is ridiculous, man. And I say that with love, beloved. Shit. So, you know, so um be and know this. Water seeks its own level. So wherever you're at, there is a there is a space for you. out here. You know, I sometimes read people's charts, and a lot of people talk about going through life feeling like they never had anywhere to fit in. Okay. And um and one of the things I try to do is to get them to have a full realization of who they are. Now, a lot of times that just seems philosophical. Well, one way to figure out who you are is to, here's one thing that is easier for people to identify. What do they value? What do they love? That is easier to identify oftentimes than who you are. If you can tell me what you value and what you love and what you want, then that can give us a leeway to who you are. And then that will help you establish ground foundation for you figuring out who to associate with, who to be in relationship with. A lot of times we're not giving enough time to investigate our value system. And then other aspects of our nature gets in the way, and we find ourselves locked into something. Things like unprocessed trauma, emotional blockages, and we find ourselves in association with people who really are the antithesis of what we value, because our value system got muted by other aspects of us that then interrupted the signal. So when you are uh, finding your tribe, then it needs to be filtered through the lens of Venus, because Venus will lead you to Mars. Mars is identity, you know, and then Mars. Now that's just one aspect. Of course, though, before we can have a good representation from Venus, of course we got to deal with Pluto. Of course we got to deal with the Moon. Both of these dealing with subconscious mind. The Moon is a more immediate expression of the subconscious because it expresses through emotion, and Pluto is deep buried down. So if we can't get a good read on Venus and the value, then that then lets us know we need to go and dig deeper into the waters, the murky waters. But either way, in a nutshell, this will help you see who you are and who you're supposed to be around. And it's important. It's important now more than ever before. Don't let your ego block you from joy. You know, one of my clients is starting a online uh, social media campaign and business. And her name is well, I don't know if she wants a name mentioned. I don't know if she goes by her real, but her tagline is Joy Fair. She said instead of warfare, we need joy fair. Think about that. Joy. We become so sophisticated that words like joy is like, oh, that's soft. That's whatever. Man, you start getting older, man. All that bravado, I'm trying to tell you, that shit don't mean shit. You know what the shit is? Having some peace. That's the shit. Having some peace. Knowing that somebody really got your back. You understand me? That grandstanding and bullshit, go sell that shit to some motherfucker who looking for some oceanfront property in Idaho. Sometimes we just need to live longer and be quiet. See, part of what the internet does, it gives everybody a chance to talk. Sometimes it ain't your time to talk. Sometimes you just need to be a student and just listen. But everybody, I got something to say. I got something to say. I got something. Motherfucker, maybe you ain't got shit to say. Maybe it's just your time to shut the fuck up and listen. She says, fuck warfare. She said, we need joy fair. We got a lot of unhappy, unfulfilled, empty souls walking around. Claiming they this, claiming they that, but just miserable. We need sunlight in this realm. We need some joy. Leo is joy. And Aquarius is a place where my sense of joy is supported because it's a community of what? Individual sun signs, the opposite of Leo, where my joy is supported and I'm not surrounded by people who are trying to kill my joy. That's what we mean by community. Sometimes before we comment, maybe just say, I'm going to sit on my hands and I'm just going to listen. And maybe I can receive something. We don't have time to be phony. We don't have time to put on no airs. We don't have time to pretend to be something that we're not. Those people who um, I'm in closer contact with, you know, we share things and they know. And guess what? They've seen my chart. And I tell them, yeah, I'm fucked up too. I got all types of shit. I got grand crosses. I got quincunxes. I got oppositions. I got all types of shit in my chart. Can we start as creators to stop this bullshit of trying to present ourselves as being above the fray and above the audience and some goddamn savior who came back? And the only reason I'm doing it is because I'm doing it for y'all. Can we stop this horse shit? Can we just be honest and tell people the reason I have wisdom to share with you is because I done been fucked up? Because I'm still fucked up. I got shit I'm working through. I got shit I'm working on. But I still recognize I'm great. I can be great and flawed at the same time. Can we do that? Can we admit when we wrong? Instead of trying to spin it another way to still like, well, I only told y'all that because I know y'all wasn't ready for the real truth. Like, motherfuckers are amazing on the internet. Because I gotta sell you an image. I have to sell you an image because although we're in the Aquarian age, many of our minds are still in the Piscean age, still looking for a savior. And I'm like, whoa, mmm, these suckers, I'll be their savior. I told my mama back in the day, I said, I was laughing, joking. I said, I'm gonna take this hair, I'm gonna perm this shit out. I'm gonna get me a fucking purple robe, and I'm gonna come in on a hoverboard, and I'm gonna come, Father Good shit, Father Good shit, and I'm gonna be on that hoverboard, and it look like I'm floating when I come in, and I can see all the people that they be waving side to side, have me a little choir up there, they be clapping, Father Good shit, Father Good shit. And I come into the auditorium or the sanctuary. Ah, yes, my flock. Quiet, my flock. Father Good shit has arrived. Father Good shit. They'll be up there with the tambourine. Like if you ever went to those Father Divine church, we went to one of them churches in South Carolina. Oh man. My maternal grandmother had us go down there and we said, what the fuck is this? My mama said, we got to get out of here. I was a little boy back in the 80s. They was in there playing them tubas and trombones. And the dude come in and the people just be dancing all around and just crazy, just worshiping this motherfucker. That's what motherfuckers want on the internet. I'm going to be Father Good shit. I'm going to get me a purple satin robe and I'm just going to create any type of symbol and I'm going to wear that chain. I'm going to tell everybody this is from the planet Good Shittium. And motherfuckers would be out here like, I'd be like, if you want your good shittium chain, send me $999, beloved. And some motherfucker might miss their rent. Father Good Shit said if I have the shittium crystal, that I will be able to travel to the 19th dimension. Father Good Shit. Father Good Shit. Oh shit. But I'm gonna tell you what, motherfuckers deserve that shit. You deserve that shit. If you still out here looking for a savior, you fucking deserve it. And hit that like button and share this shit so we can upset somebody. One of these charlatans who see this shit so they can see it, you know. But I bet they won't call my fucking name. How about that? All right. I done got agitated today. Uh and yes, beloved. $999, beloved. The nine is for the year nine. Three is for the. I can make up some shit off the top of my. Three is for the Trinity. So you will have triple love and revolutionary, explosive, divine insight when you send me $999, beloved. Oh shit. Oh man, I gotta go in here and get to work. But all jokes aside, I really do um I wish everybody nothing but the best and to everyone to experience some measure of peace and joy and in the words of C. Freeman L, self-knowledge and self-revelation. And that is what my work is centered around. Self-knowledge, self-revelation. And that's what we do over at 720astrology.com. So I look forward to you all coming and sharing, um, and we grow together. And you partake of some of the tools that I have available to help you in your journey. And with that said, you know to stay down until you get up. I had this is my old. I use a stay down till you get up, and when you get up, stay down. Y'all like that? I've been thinking about, I'm working on some stuff, but this is my old saying. Stay down till you get up. When you get up, stay down. And of course, know the stars to know yourself. Peace.